But yeah, had the, I guess, the privilege of joining a business right at the start. I was employee number 2. And it was me, Adam, and another guy kind of on day one. In Selby Jennings, we had, I think, a handful of candidates, maybe a couple of clients. Back in those days, there was no LinkedIn. My boss Adam, at the time used to tell me they would just stop faxing CVs. So I missed the fax generation, thank God. But
wow.
yeah, it was a different world, but I think it was an exciting one. You know, we knew what market we wanted to be in. We wanted to be the go-to recruiter in mid to senior finance recruitment. I had a crash course in recruiting. The training was very much, you know, here's a phone, here's a computer, let's work it out together. And I think, again, thankfully, things are very different these days. But, you know, early on, I kind of got into it and I realized this was a really interesting job. The markets we worked in were interesting. And yeah, as we started out, the vision was always to grow and be a growth company. So within sort of 8 months, I'd hired my first person, began building teams out. You know, really up until the financial crisis, I built a pretty good business of sort of 35, 40 people. That hit, and that was my first experience of a difficult time in recruitment, for sure.
Before
I remember
COVID anyway.
yeah, well, I'm sure we'll touch on that later, but yeah, it came out the tube and everyone said Lehman's going bust on those newspaper signs. I was like, this is probably not good. So went through that, and then really after the financial crisis, that was when we decided as Phaidon to diversify what we were doing in terms of brand offerings. We knew we had a good recruitment model, but we wanted to, I guess, protect ourselves a little bit, but also provide that service to different industries. So that's when we started launching different brands. You know, we have 6 now. And then, you know, in terms of my role, I actually grew up in Hong Kong. I was born there. So when we were looking at internationalizing, we were doing a good amount of business from London, particularly in Asia and a little bit in the US. That was something that I put my hand up to do. So I led the opening of offices in Singapore, New York, San Fran, Hong Kong. And yeah, we were able to have a pretty good track record of taking people from our head office, launching on the ground, and then building local businesses off the back of that. So from doing that, our founder exited the business, you know, around 2015, 2016. And that was when Harry Utan, who's our CEO now, took the top job. He was the guy that I worked with to actually launch the US. He was on the ground for the first couple of years. So we did a bit of a job swap. And yeah, you know, when we started out in 2013 in the US, we were 7 people that we brought over from London. You know, now here we are today, 2022. We've got nine offices across the US, operating out of 8 different states. We've got 650-ish people as of today. And yeah, we went past $100 million in NFI last year, which was a nice milestone to hit. So hard to imagine how much has been done in those sort of 17, 18 years. But yeah, it's been a wonderful story.